Welcome to Family Kitchen with Mark. The channel's set up to make family cooking that much easier. So today's recipe is going to be Thai chicken curry, and I've got rice, but I've also got another alternative, which is rice noodles and eggs cooked together to make like an Asian inspired noodle pancake. So that's what you serve as alternative. Okay, let's crack on. Chicken Thai curry is going to have lots of vegetables, so it'll be nice and nutritious, and there's not a long cook time. So again, like with a lot of my recipes, they're going to be nice, quick and easy to accomplish at home. Okay, so for today's ingredients, I'm just going to use spinach, broccoli and spring onion as my vegetables. We've got these rice noodles that a lot of people boil, but all you need to do is just soak them in hot water, and it's just hot water from the tap, and they've been soaking for about 5 minutes. I've got some eggs, we've got the chicken, and it's just chicken breast, and then we've got some aromatics here. So I've got my I've got coconut cream, I've got some Thai curry paste, some soy sauce and some fish sauce. So that's our recipe. Okay, first thing you want to do is, these noodles are very long, so what you want to do is just cut down the noodles to almost like 3 or 4 centimeters in length. So we're just going to cut them, and then we're just going to pop them into the colander. Next job you want to do is, broccoli has a lot of bitter flavours, so if you're ever going to use broccoli or asparagus or vegetables of similar nature, always good to blanch them. So if I put that into the sauce, it will make the sauce a little bit bitter. So I'm just going to, I've chopped up my broccoli into florets, and we're going to just blanch them in some salty water, and that will like half cook the vegetable, but it will also allow the bitterness of the broccoli just to cook off. So while that's happening, we're just going to flick the pan on, and we're going to do this sauce. So literally, I could do a Thai chicken curry with just 3 ingredients. I could use coconut milk, I could use the Thai curry paste, and I could use chicken. But adding these other flavours just makes the whole thing taste a lot nicer. So first thing, I'm going to go into the chicken with the Thai curry paste. So we're going to have some going in the chicken and some going in the sauce. So then we're going to use a little bit of oil, just a little bit of oil, goes in with the chicken. So this is just 1 chicken breast, diced up, no bone. So next I'm going to get 1 bit of garlic, and I've shown in a previous video how to make a garlic puree. We're just going to use a peeled bit of garlic, a bit of salt on the garlic, and then we're just going to push down with the knife, dragging the garlic over the board. That just turns the garlic into a puree. So that's the chicken ready. We just need to add a bit more, a bit of fish sauce. Add a bit of fish sauce. Okay, so that's the chicken ready. So it's just got garlic, the fish sauce and the Thai green curry paste. So next, I've got an onion. I'm just going to chop the onion into a small dice. And you could use just spring onions. I've got spring onions as well as some white onions we're going to do. So next, into the pan, I'm going to go with a little bit of vegetable oil and a little bit of sesame oil. You don't need to add the sesame oil, just adds another flavour to the sauce. Now this broccoli only needs to blanch for about 2 minutes, and you don't need to cool it down in cold water. We're just going to blanch, and that'll be on the side ready for the finished sauce. Right, now once the oil's hot, we're going to go in there with our onions, but we've also got 2 cloves of garlic here. So we're just going to slice down the garlic, And the onions and garlic are going to go into the pan. Okay, so the onions now are going to cook. Add a little bit of seasoning. The onions are going to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once the onions have been cooking for 4 minutes, they're going to be lightly browned. So once we get to that stage, what we're going to do, and I've got it on quite a high heat, so we're going to go in there now with a bit more curry paste. I'm going to go in there with the curry paste. Going to stir that one through. Just watch out that your onions don't burn. Just going to keep it on to a nice high heat. Once you stir through your curry paste, so you can always buy this curry paste in lots of places. We're now going to go in there with the coconut milk. Okay, so I've got a bit of coconut milk. We'll go in there now with coconut milk. Then I'm going to also add a bit of milk, a little bit of milk, I'm going to go with a little bit of chicken stock powder, so a little bit of chicken stock powder, and then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, just a little bit, because what we're going to use for seasoning this sauce is a bit of soy sauce. So we're going to go in there with a little bit of soy sauce. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook the sauce for another 5 minutes. And when you're reducing this sauce down, we can keep on a nice high heat. So this induction hob, it goes from 0 to 9, and it's on 8 at the moment. Okay. So as it's cooking, just give it a stir every couple of minutes, and we're just going to leave that cooking now on high heat for 5 minutes. So the sauce has been cooking for 5 minutes, and it's still quite watery, it's not really thick. So what we're going to do now is go in there with our chicken that we marinated and the spring onions. So the spring onions have been cut quite large, so we're going to put the spring onions into the sauce along with the chicken. So we're just going to add the chicken, and the chicken's going to cook in the sauce. What we don't want to do is have it cooking on too high heat, so I'm just going to lower the temperature of the induction hob, and I've just lowered it to a medium temperature. So we're just going to slowly cook the chicken in the sauce, and that the chicken is going to take about 5 to 6 minutes to cook in the sauce because of the size that it's cooked, that it's cut. Sorry, it's 1 centimetre piece. It's going to cook into about 5 to 6 minutes. So we're just going to leave that one just cooking on the side. So the last thing that's going to go into that sauce is going to be the broccoli, the spinach, and we're going to finish with a little bit of sour cream as well. You could put lots of other ingredients, you could take some of the ingredients away, just adopt it to your taste really. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to the noodle pancake. Right, so for the noodle egg pancake, I've just got 4 beaten eggs here. We've got some of our rice noodles, there'll be about 100 grams of noodles. I'm going to put some sesame oil, and you don't need to put sesame oil, but just sesame oil is a really nice flavour in Asian dishes. I like it. A little bit of soy sauce, and then we're going to go with a little bit of fish sauce. So the same flavours that we put into the curry. So this we're going to stir that through. We're going to add that one to the noodles. Okay, so once you've got this, I'm just going to stir the noodles through the egg. I'm going to put a little bit more salt. And a little bit more of the soy sauce. Okay, so I've got my pan on a high heat, and what we're going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'm going to cook it like a pancake. So there'll be a teaspoon of oil just in that pan. So this is our sauce, so the sauce is beginning to thicken, and the chicken will be cooked now. So have a taste. Have a taste. Once the dish is safe to taste, then have a taste. That's really nice, really nice. You could add a bit more paste if you wanted it a bit more spicy, or you could add some chilli to it. So all I need to do to finish off the curry is add the broccoli and add the spinach. So the spinach is just baby spinach. The spinach is going to wilt down with the heat of the sauce. So we're just going to add a little bit of salt and let the sauce warm up those vegetables and cook that spinach down. So just going to leave that one there. Okay, so when it comes to cooking off the pancake, just need to make sure that got a nice high enough heat, and then we're going to empty some of this mixture into the pan. So I just need to heat that pan up a little bit. The spinach has just been wilted down in the sauce. If the sauce gets too thick, just add a little bit more milk, or you could add some more coconut cream, or I always just add more water, because if it's reduced it means that the flavours are a bit stronger, so you could just add water. So the last thing I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to do it off of the heat, is I'm going to add 2 spoons of sour cream. So I'm going to get 2 spoons of sour cream. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of sour cream, they're heaped teaspoons, and I'm just going to let that one melt through the curry. Okay, now onto the pancakes. So we've got our egg noodle mixture. So I'm just going to add some of this to our pan. Okay. So it's been on a high temperature. Just going to spread the noodles over the pan and just let them caramelise on one side. So just keep it on quite a high temperature, because once all those noodles go into the pan, they'll chill the oil down so much it will take quite a long time just to get back up to temperature. So allow at least 1 or 2 minutes for the pan to get back up to temperature. If we go back to our curry, you can see consistency wise it's not too thick. I've got the chicken, I've got lots of vegetables going through here, and you could adapt the recipe and do different vegetables in there if you want, depends on the season, you know. I could put pumpkin and kumara or potatoes if I wanted to in there, but with Thai curries it's really nice with vegetables of the green colour. So go back to our noodles. What we want to do is just leave the pancake, don't try and turn it at all, just leave that pancake crispy up at the bottom a little bit. So we're just going to pancake's been cooking on one side for about 2 minutes. What you're going to do is just going to move this mixture to the side, and then we're going to pour in the pan the rest of the mixture. Okay, again we're going to leave that cooking for another 2 minutes. So don't stir it, just leave it cooking, and we're going to again leave that cooking for another 2 minutes. So our noodles been cooking for another minute, 2 minutes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take those noodles that have been cooked previously and just move them into the rest of the pan. And that's the noodles ready. So just going to empty those into a plate ready. Okay, so that's our noodles. So then what we're going to do, just going to serve up. Okay, so you can see, like with today's dish, again, really easy. I cooked the rice for 10 minutes before I even started on any of the other ingredients. So, yep, no, enjoy it. So this one's a really good, nutritious, fairly healthy dish. You know, there wasn't a lot of cream in there. There was a bit of coconut cream. there was quite a lot of milk and water to sort of make things a little bit less fatty. And then just with the cooking the chicken like that means that you get to cook the chicken with no more or not too much fat. Anywho, best of luck with the isolation. And other videos that are going to come up on this channel. I already said we're going to do dumplings, so it's going to depend on if I can get to the shop that sells the dumpling wrappers. But otherwise, as always, I'm just going to look in my fridge, see what I've got, and we're going to make a recipe from that. Okay, thanks.